What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the 49 Carats podcast. I am your host, Steph. Let me double check my mic really quick, make sure that the audio is all good. It appears that it is, so I'm going to just keep rocking with it. The 49ers just won, I believe it was 22-16, the final score. My cousin and I, we just finished watching the game, and Justin Herbert apparently the 49ers defense allowed just his lowest completion, 196 yards of the season. That was his lowest, I guess. So, quite a accomplishment for the defense. Watching the game live here at Levi Stadium, I will say that it didn't quite feel as much of a dominant game as I was expecting from both sides of the ball. Like, I honestly was expecting a bigger game from Christian McCaffrey. Of course, Elijah Mitchell was active for this game. He had 18 rushes for 89 yards, which is pretty good by my count. And so he ended up being a little more efficient than Christian McCaffrey in this game. We'll go ahead and take that. I mean, I don't think a lot of people even realize how good Elijah Mitchell was before he went down with his injury. I have always been a big fan of his, so him coming back, I thought he would actually have a bigger role than many people expected, and so I was pleasantly not so surprised by Elijah Mitchell having a good game in this one. And I quite frankly don't care that he was more efficient than Christian McCaffrey, because they're both on my favorite team, the 49ers. So if one of them has a good game, I'm going to be happy. And today it was Elijah Mitchell who had a great game. And Juwan Jennings, I must say, had a few very important third down conversions for the 49ers in this one that allowed them to continue to move the ball in important drives. Jimmy Garoppolo, I will say, for the most part, he played a pretty solid game. I mean, I don't think he was the reason for any blame in this one. There were some mistakes. I believe there was a drop by Ayuk in the first half that was kind of frustrating. And so all in all, I felt like it was a fine game by Jimmy Garoppolo, a game that you can win with. So the 49ers did end up winning in the end. That's because, again, Elijah Mitchell kind of gave the offense a boost. Juwan Jennings, Brandon Ayuk as well in the second half came alive with some very important plays. And so, you got to tip your cap to those players. But again, I must say, it wasn't the dominant performance that I was kind of expecting going into this game. The Chargers down two of their top wide receivers. I was expecting, I guess, the defense to have a better game. I mean, the 49ers coming off of a bye week. I expected a better game plan on both sides of the ball, but the second half adjustments, I obviously can't really complain about those. And the 49ers ended up winning, and I can't really complain about a win. A win is a win at the end of the day. So I'm not really going to complain, but I don't know if you guys felt the same, but I was expecting a better game from both sides of the ball altogether. But I thought it was a good game, and Talanoa Hufanga was able to seal the deal in the second half. I believe the Chargers only had a little over 50 yards of offense in the second half, which is huge, all things considered. So obviously, DeMeco Ryans once again making some big adjustments after halftime. We have to, give him some props. And of course, Talanoa Hufanga, we were very excited to see him have a big game-ending interception there at the end. I got my cousin here with me. Monica, do you have anything to say about this game? What did you feel about it?
It was a really fun game. Garoppolo just, steady, not a standout.
Steady, yeah.
Very consistent. But, no interceptions.
We'll take that.
We did good.
Well,
it was cold.
It was actually pretty cold out here at Levi Stadium. We got our layers going. So that was a little surprising, but like you said, Jimmy Garoppolo was steady. something you can win with, the type of performance you can win with, and that the 49ers did do at the end of the day. Guayabe here says, I was getting scared Kyle was going to go back to not rotating the running backs. Yeah, I mean, going into this game, I was expecting Elijah Mitchell to have a pretty, not big role, but I think he was going to have a bigger role than most people expected coming into this game, coming off of IR. I mean, I think people forget how good he was looking at the beginning of the season. I know he wasn't active for very long at the beginning of the season before he got hurt, but he's been very reliable. Kyle Shanahan loves Elijah Mitchell. So, yes, I was expecting him to have quite a few carries. And I'm glad you agree with what I'm saying here. Echoing everything I was thinking you said. So, yeah, all in all, like, obviously I'm happy with the win. I mean, it's after a bye week, so maybe that is cause for some of the shakiness in the first half. The offense was a little stagnant in that first half, which I was expecting the run game to kind of run all over the Chargers. And quite frankly, it seemed like the Chargers defense was kind of prepared for Christian McCaffrey. Like, every time he was back there, they were prepared for it. So I think that's kind of why Elijah Mitchell ended up having a better game, because it seemed like they were more keen in on Christian McCaffrey. But at the end of the day, the 49ers still ended up winning. So it ended up working out. Yeah, Guayabe here says, keep it up. You'll get a larger following. I appreciate that. I will. I know. We're actually so close to being able to monetize. So if you guys like this video, if you guys subscribe to the channel, we'll be able to get there, and I'll be able to make some money off of this channel. So make sure you go ahead and do that.
More Bosa clips.
More Bosa clips. Some Bosa impersonation clips. I can't tell you how many people told me that they like the Bosa impersonation clips today.
I can vouch for that.
I was actually pretty surprised, but I'll take that any day. And so I appreciate the support. Make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you guys subscribe. But yeah, all in all, I am happy with the way that the 49ers played, because all in all, the 49ers did win. I can't really complain about a loss. And this is a huge win because it comes after the Bucs beat the Seahawks. And so at this point, the 49ers inching a little bit closer to the Seahawks, putting some pressure on them. As you guys know, the Seahawks are at the top of the NFC West. But after losing today, it gets a little interesting. And so they do have kind of an easy schedule, just like the 49ers do the rest of the way. But again, this puts some pressure on them to keep the momentum going. Same for the 49ers. If they want to go on a second half season run here, they're going to have to, make a good run. And that means stacking wins, So this was a good step towards being able to do that. And, obviously it was a good performance. Drake Jackson, a guy who I saw make a couple plays out there, someone I was excited about. Hufanga, we saw him make the interception at the end there. Fred Warner made some nice plays at the end. We already talked about Elijah Mitchell. His 89 yards definitely helped the 49ers offense out. And Juwan Jennings making some great third down conversions. Jimmy Garoppolo, I mean, we mentioned him being very solid in this one. And Brandon Ayuk as well, making some great plays. So I definitely am going to watch this game over, because as much as I love watching games live, it's not quite the same as being able to watch it on TV. There's some things that you get to see on TV that you don't really get to see or notice when you are here live. So I am going to watch the game over. And by the way, I will be on KTVU tomorrow morning to discuss the game on their morning show. I'll be on at 9:45 a.m. on KTVU to discuss this Sunday night football game. So make sure you guys tune in if you are not yet. But once again, guys, I appreciate all the support. Sean here says this was a big pivot game in NFC West. Fantastic. The team kept their nerve. I agree, because I was starting to get a little frustrated. I'm not going to lie. And yeah, after the Seahawks lost this morning, this was a huge game. And obviously the Cardinals and the Rams played each other earlier today. Actually, I didn't even see who
Rams lost.
The Rams lost. So the Rams lost that game. And so the Cardinals yeah, they're both like, I mean, I'm not worried about either of those games, the Cardinals or the Rams. So it's pretty much between the 49ers and the Seahawks at this point. And both teams could end up making it to the playoffs. That's all within the realm of possibility. So, but as Sean says here, big pivot game. Uh, and yeah, huge for the 49ers to continue at it. I know some people were a little frustrated with Kyle Shanahan and his, you can call it him being conservative. He is conservative sometimes, going for field goals when, some of us think he should go for the touchdown and things like that. So all in all, it ended up working out for him because once again, as he expects, I think the defense ended up, coming together for that win. Paul over here says it's 4:55 in the UK. Wow, is that AM or PM? Is that AM? That's wild. He said, I will be watching back. Got the Supporters Club live to prep for Tuesday. That's awesome, Paul. Like, I can't imagine watching games that early. I imagine you're saying it's 4:55 a.m. So that's freaking nuts. That's dedication right there by Paul. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys watching this live. Make sure you like this video. Make sure AM, he says. That's insane. Paul, you're a real one right there. I don't know if I would stay up to watch that. But then again, I have watched some World Cup games like that early, so maybe I would. But I appreciate you guys watching this, and make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you guys subscribe. Once again, getting close to being able to monetize on this YouTube channel, so anything helps, and I really appreciate it. And once again, I'll be on KTVU tomorrow morning, 9:45 a.m. to discuss this game with Sal Castaneda. So make sure that you guys tune into that if you are able to, if you're in the Bay Area. Appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your night. Go Niners. Peace.